Somebody didn't like what we was talking about, y'all. Oh well. Give y'all a few to come on back. Would you say they sure didn't? We haven't even gotten started yet. Woo, somebody tender in the nuts today. Oh well. Oh man. Goodness gracious, y'all. Lord have mercy. I haven't touched a card. We haven't gotten into anything. I'm going to let everybody come on back in. Ooh, baby. Ooh, you said Tyler or Ty-Reeeeeesha. One of them got upset. Hey, Tarot Destiny. I'd be mad too if somebody was suing me for $260 million. And they got 4 years worth of screenshots and text messages. Ooh, wee, baby. Ty-Reeeeeesha can't stop us. I can't wait for these transcripts to start rolling out. Oh my gosh. I must be in great company with Aaron Magruder, y'all. That episode didn't even get to hit TV. It went all around the world, but it say not the United States. Oh, baby. Goodness gracious, y'all. I had to change the title up a little bit. Say, is you cool? Because somebody is upset. Yeah, say on the docket regardless whether you want to or not. That's right. Listen, I'm going to watch that episode tonight just for good measure. Because when I tell you, Aaron Magruder, they called you the prophet for a reason. Oh, man. Y'all, this is too much. Thank you, Braves on top. Ain't that about nothing? It didn't start breaking up, y'all, until I showed y'all Winston Jerome and Terrell Carter. Oh, you said especially with the chicken episode. Oh, that was funny. Said it was only a matter of time. Hold on. Did I hear what? It kind of cut off. I want to see what you're talking about. Yeah, you got to get creative in my chat, honey. They get to playing around with my chat and they block y'all before I can even see the comments. Yeah, I saw that about R. Kelly. We're going to talk about that tomorrow on Wednesday. Today is dedicated to Ty-Reeeeeesha Monet. Yes, baby, the bots are botting. We going to talk about him being overly medicated tomorrow. Thanks, Zoe. I actually got that name from some of my LGBTQ friends. That's what they call them. Baby, ain't this chat freaky? They say all type of crazy stuff to me. It used to be worse, believe it or not. Okay, it looked like I got most of y'all back in here. I didn't even get off into nothing. All I did was show y'all Terrell Carter and Winston Jerome. You said so the LGBTQ knows he's, baby, the folks know they own, allegedly. Baby, I don't know where they come from. Thank you, Brianna, baby. Thank you. Said make sure y'all hit the like button. Said I can't wait to get my eyes done, get back for training. That La La Land, that's all we're talking about today. That's why the title is Ty-Reeeeeeesha Monet, Is You Cool? We already started the first one, and that one was rudely interrupted. Misconceited, I thought it was obvious as well myself, but apparently it was probably 6 people in America that didn't know. Said Twitter ain't safe, my son not allowed to have social media. I could just imagine. Listen, I hadn't been on Twitter in ages, and I went back on there and was confused. Like, what the hell is on my timeline? So I got enough of y'all back in here so that I can go ahead and get started before Ty-Reeeeeesha, goes ahead and has another hissy fit. So the rumor that I had always heard throughout the years is that he used to go down to this drag show. I believe it was on Sundays in Atlanta with Miss Sophia. And they were always saying that Miss Sophia was the one that he got the inspiration for Medea from. Now, I've never seen Miss Sophia's show, but I've definitely heard this from countless people. So, hey, Frosty, how are you, baby? I'm trying to pick my deck wisely, y'all, because, sometimes YouTube flag you for the pictures on the tarot cards, believe it or not. Where's his bestie Oprah? Hell, she quiet right now because she ain't trying to get involved in this. So we're going to take a journey, y'all. We're going to start off from the very beginning, from the stage plays, into the stage plays becoming screenplays and films, okay? To Tyler Perry Studios, to how we got here with this $260 million lawsuit. He said, I hope Tyler Perry go to Redbox and it's depressing movies where the fun shit at Medea. Listen, I thought he wasn't going to make no more Medea movies, but apparently there's another Medea movie coming out called Medea Destination Wedding. So, I don't know. I haven't watched anything with him in years because it's like the writing has gotten so bad that I just can't take it. Said, I know Monique is clutching her pearls. Baby, Monique is probably in the bed with a glass of wine, kicking her feet, cackling right about now. Because everybody she was telling us about is being called to the principal's office. So, oh, Lord, let me anoint my hands before I get off into this, because this is about to be some foolishness. And they had a little silent falling out, if I ain't mistaken, allegedly. Because Tyler had went over to the old network, and the old network wasn't doing too well in the beginning. She had lost over like $300 million that first year. And they started to do a lot of those reality shows, and he brought all his shows over there. And apparently, you know, she didn't want to pay him, just like he don't want to pay the writers, allegedly. And they fell out, and he started moving everything to TNT. So now, whew, you said Cat Williams too, and where's Oprah? Listen, Cat Williams already been riding his back. He already told us that he ain't funny unless he got on a dress. So let's start off from the early days, y'all. How did Tyler go from being homeless to being successful writing stage plays? How did he go from being homeless to being successful writing stage plays? Now, this is interesting. There was an offer that was given to him by a woman or someone that is in very, very prominent feminine energy to help him get his plays into production. Now, if y'all remember, he stated that he was never supposed to play Medea. It was supposed to be a woman that played Medea, but she didn't show up. And when she didn't show up, he had to put on the costume. That was the story. Now, this was before Oprah, baby. We're talking about him going from being homeless, sleeping on park benches, to writing these plays, to getting them on, you know, the play circuit. This is long before he met Oprah. Oh, look what you look at here. The devil card. You took an offer from the devil, allegedly. Allegedly. You took a toxic offer, some type of maleficent offer from the beginning with the stage plays. Yeah, I'm finding this very, very interesting because his fan base, for the most part, were churches and black women and church groups, mostly black women. So you marketed these plays to church people, but look at who you took an offer from. Tell me more about this offer. Y'all see who this woman brought an end of a cycle for him with poverty. Baby, this is already something interesting. Look at this. Two of Swords. She cut off everything that had to do with poverty. This woman took you from rags into this comfortable level of being in the play world. So I'm not going to say riches, but she definitely got him out of poverty. Well, Natalie, baby, you're weird for even being here if you think I'm weird, but thank you for the engagement. King of Swords. King of Swords represents businessmen. It represents lawyers. Messages coming in. It's like this woman contacted him through her lawyers. This is interesting. The shadow woman gave you an offer that brought everything to an end with poverty. Or at least a woman type figure. Yeah. Financial stability, Four of Pentacles. But there was some secret energy attached to this that people didn't know about, the moon. The Judgment card. Eight of Wands. So y'all, this is very, very interesting. This is like keeping the agreement quiet to avoid judgment so that people didn't know or understand what the real communication was or the real agreement was. I mean, this is like having an angel investor, but I don't see nothing too angelic about this. Now, as y'all come in, I'm asking, how did he go from being homeless to being a successful playwright? We're not even in the movies yet. Yeah, she gave him a choice while he was in poverty, homeless. Offer came to him while he was homeless. I find this to be very, very intriguing because when you see those text messages, the guys showed that Tyler said that he wanted to write him into the show as a homeless person that worked at a store that had to sleep with people for a place to stay, and that he liked people in that energy because they would be more dependent upon him. Y'all, this feels like the type of offer that he may have received, allegedly. Ten of Swords and the Hermit. Interesting enough, the Ten of Swords falls under the Devil card, which is like the ultimate betrayal. So him and this woman, they didn't last too long together with this agreement. He had to separate himself. But here it is. What he thought was going to bring him happier times brought an unrequited offer. So it feels like allegedly the energy that he gives other people, the way that he offers his agreements, the way that he possibly is treating his employees is the way that he was brought into the fold himself. Yeah, this person was threatening to cut off his stability. So it's pretty much, you're going to do what I want you to do and you can have everything, If you don't do what I want you to do, I will cut off everything that you have. So it's, I mean, this definitely feels like everything that he's being accused of is he was taught this. This is how he was brought into the fold. And then it's like once he, you know, became an executive himself, he decided he wanted to fight back. But whoever this is, you better watch your mouth or I slow your money down. So he had to fall in line. And once he fell in line, this is how he got financial stability. Allegedly. Well, damn. Johnson Queen, we ain't even nowhere near him meeting Oprah. We're asking about how he went from being homeless to writing plays to getting the plays on the stage. This is the very, very beginning. She wouldn't have even been interested in him yet. I'm telling y'all, this ain't her. Y'all go back to the beginning before his plays even were selling. She wasn't interested in him yet. This is not her. I keep telling y'all, this is him being homeless and being introduced into the world as a playwright. This is the very, very beginning. I'm not anywhere near the movies or television yet. High Priestess. This, whoever this shadow figure is who allowed him to have financial stability through a new business opportunity. It started off small, and it was something she didn't want to do herself because she didn't want to face judgment, but she used him as a new face that people didn't know to do what she wanted done. Right, this is someone we may have never seen. Right. This is very, very early. We're talking about when he was, this is before he started to even get, you know, all of the people supporting him out of the church. This is very beginning. Yeah, this woman knew that she would face judgment and it would bring her a tower. It would completely destroy her. Now, remember I said, he said that a woman was supposed to play Medea. Whoever the woman was did not show up to the first night of production, the actual show. And this is a story. He had to put on the costume and go out and play Medea. Whoever this woman was, she decided to go in a new direction. So had he not have put on the costume and played Medea, this would have been over before it began. So was it his drag queen friend? Interesting question. Oh, wow. You said you think it was supposed to be Kelly Price. I don't know if we're going to see her coming forward, but this is a woman who obviously was worried about how she was going to be judged by the church, and she decided to go in a different direction. I still don't see that she had the best intent herself with the message. She just worried about how it was going to come across because she still needed to be able to be a pillar in the society, the community. She had a way bigger name than him, so Now, you've got the Five of Swords here, which is like conflict and communication. And it's falling under the Two of Wands, like, you know, arguing with someone over a choice after offering them an opportunity due to, you know, things you witnessed, things you've seen. Page of Cups. Yeah, it's like this woman felt like she was sorry that she even got involved in this situation. It's something that turned out in this situation. Like I said, she didn't want to face judgment herself. And here it is. Remember I said he started off homeless, absolutely nothing. Now that'd be interesting. As far as he's concerned, you said did this all start in Atlanta? His whole story with the, you know, the writing of the plays and everything, as far as I know, starts in Atlanta, but he's not from Atlanta. Yeah. Heartbreak. So yeah, when this woman decided that she no longer wanted to be a part of this situation due to some things that she was exposed to, things that were exposed to her about whatever this was that was going on behind the scenes, she literally was in and out. Cut him off. This was going to jeopardize his stability. So she helped him to get on his feet, to get off the street, sold out those tickets for the first play, and then there was things that she saw, that she witnessed, that she did not agree with. Yeah, he's got a lot of family in New Orleans. Five of Cups. Yeah, Five of Cups. This was going to lead to like public humiliation, you know, regret. This was going to ruin him. He was worried about how he was going to continue working because it was literally like this was going to be his first time out, and somebody very prominent that was supposed to be a part of this did the dash on him. But she did get him off the street. She did help him to, you know, graduate from being homeless. Yeah, she moved on swiftly and professionally. And this feels like they got into it as well. Like there were some words that were had about some things that were going on behind the scenes, things that people didn't know about. Oh, okay. So allegedly, y'all, allegedly, she found out about the lifestyle. Even though this is two women, follow my drift, okay? She found out that somebody may have been deep undercover. And she was worried about how that was going to affect what they were doing, because most of the people who came out to see them or bought the tickets were of the church. So she decided to go in another direction. This is what this is. She was trying to avoid judgment because she didn't want this to publicly destroy her. The hypocrisy of this, because I don't see that she had the best intentions herself, but she wanted to remain pristine in front of the very same people that they bought these tickets from. Yeah, she saw this collaboration, this working agreement as something that could destroy her if the truth got out. So I don't think it was because he actually, you know, may have been involved in LGBTQ, because a lot of folks in church are, especially in the music departments. But I think it was because there was something that she found out that, you know, had the propensity of being public knowledge. He may have gotten caught with his slip showing, if you get what I'm saying. Yes, worried about her image. Yes, as she saw him already setting the stage for what is his called, production studios. Baby, listen, she didn't care about that part. She cared about how it would be perceived if it was seen publicly. Remember what I said. She started off in this energy. She was not on the up and up herself. She needed to appear that way because it was going to affect how she makes her money. Daphne, this whole live we're doing, baby, is on Tyler Perry, and we're backtracking to understand the energy of how he started all the way up to the $260 million lawsuit. Yeah, so whoever this woman was, it had nothing to do with him being of the LGBTQ community. It was of him not, you know, keeping things under wraps in the way that she felt that he should, because the people that were supporting them, that were buying the tickets to these plays, were church folk. And she knew if the church folks found out, they would really, 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 you know, be standing in judgment. This would ruin everything. This could also destroy her, because whatever this woman does, she makes a lot of money off of these same people. So ironically, enough of Atlanta was the perfect place for him. Yeah, ironically enough, yeah. Well, here's the thing. If he wasn't catering to church people, this wouldn't have even been a thing. Says supposedly the play I Can Be Bad All By Myself, Kelly Price was supposed to, hold on. Kelly Price was supposed to be Medea and backed out at the last minute, and he stepped in to play Medea. Interesting. Said that's true, because all they used to play at church, and they would have to have get-togethers and would always put on Medea plays. So it sounds like a prominent church person or upper class. I see Kim Burrell's name a few times. Well, I do see that this person is prominent. They're very well respected. Without this woman, he couldn't have pulled this off. He would have still been homeless. I don't even think he would have ever been able to pull off, you know, getting his plays into production. But I'm telling you, it just feels like he got caught with his slip showing, and this woman said, not on my watch. You will not ruin me before the people that I still have to go out here and make money with. I'm still, you know, going to go out here and work. You're not going to destroy my name. Well, I mean, technically, Austin, he is in drag playing Medea. Which is quite interesting, because the very thing that this person was afraid of, offending the church, which is, you know, you being caught up with, you know, being a part of the community, you came out dressed as someone in the community performing in front of church folks. The irony in that is bananas. Hey, Boom 40, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you? I mean, that if that ain't crazy. Yeah. So here it is. You got the emperor here. And he comes across as the emperor because this is his production. And this also is showing me, like with emperor energy, emperors can also be very, very controlling, hard to deal with. You know, divas, you know, whatever. And this became too hard to bear. So it's like personality clashes, lifestyle, you know, situations that could possibly, you know, come off to be distasteful because they are catering to the church community. So these two eventually could not get along. Um, yeah, it just started off. It ended up being good for him after they got that first show out of the way, but this is just messy. This was a catastrophe. Whew. Yeah, the independent woman, 7 of Cups. Yeah, this is somebody who had options. They had multiple things that they could do, multiple different, you know, shows and jobs and other things that they were doing. So it was nothing for them to walk away from this. This person was very multifaceted and they were fine on their own. Yeah, so this person was very worried about, you know, King of Wands, his I guess you could say excuse me, his playboy antics, the way that he lived his life during his downtime, being an unrequited offer. So she separated from this situation so that she could secure her own stability, because she didn't want to be a part of something that was going to be possibly scandalous. Knight of Swords. Yeah, she the last thing she wanted to do is be a part of this production if word hit the curb. So this person, even though she was the one who offered the opportunity to help him get this off the ground, she decided to go and take another job, go work somewhere else. It's like, this ain't no big deal for me. You ain't made no real money yet. Your name ain't out there yet. I still have a name. I'm still getting money. I'm just going to go about my business. And she went on to do very well. It was a wish fulfillment for her. But this ended up, you know, it ended up working for him after he had to struggle. Because the 9 of Wands is like having to fight your way through until you have a breakthrough. So he struggled for a while until finally there was a breakthrough and the shows finally started paying off and brought financial stability. And here it is. This ends up becoming his ships coming in. Y'all, this 3 of Wands falls under the 2 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 4 of Pentacles. There was a secret benefactor here that may have possibly been a boo thing. This was before Tamala Man, y'all. I'm talking about in the very beginning when he first got the plays off the ground. Everybody that you know that's notable right now, they weren't a part of this yet. You say the devil works in all kinds of ways. Is this where your beliefs, these cards? Christopher Young, baby, if this ain't your judge, you can go. Nobody is twisting your arm to keep you here. And my beliefs don't come from the cards. Yes, back when the mics were under the wigs, baby. That's right. Back when the mics were under the wigs. Back when he had terrible wigs and the mics was right here. You got it. Christopher, do your thing. I'm not even about to go there with you, love. So here it is. You know, they struggle for a minute with these productions, and y'all, I'm telling you, there's a secret benefactor here that ooh, there's a secret benefactor here. Like I said, that could have been a boo thing. King of Wands. This person made sure that he was able to be, you know, seen and highly visible. You would just say, yeah, they were on their heads. Anybody from the beginning that remember those plays? Yes, they had those wigs on. The wigs were even cheaper than they are now. And they had the, you know, lapel mics weren't small back then. So you could see the whole little sponge from the microphone right in the part of the wig. But eventually, here it is. He becomes the King of Pentacles, and these plays begin to take off with the mic and the wig or not. And then that was what started to bring new opportunities. So now he's starting to make money with the stage plays. Alrighty. And this was after the independent woman walked away, y'all. Remember, the Queen of Pentacles. Now he's making more money than the woman who actually invested in the first place. He said, yep, right in the middle of the wig. Said, yes, because we were buying them bootleg tapes. Yes, yes, yes. That's back when the $5 man was selling those plays. Absolutely. Outside the gas station. It started off with the tapes, and then it went to the DVDs. And then he started selling his own DVDs and had the box sets. And speaking of the DVDs, here it is. Here's the new opportunity. And now they can celebrate because this was very rocky, y'all. It's like it almost did not take off. He was almost, you know, at that point to where if this didn't work, he literally was going to be back to being homeless again. So here it is. It starts picking up. We start to, yes, outside the hair salons too, and the nail shops. So here it is. It's starting to pick up. More and more women's groups and churches are coming on buses. Y'all remember that? Everybody used to get on the buses to go and see the plays. So now the money is starting to come in. The Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. Now this is where you get the bigger offer, and those so-called people we call the powers that be, this is where they come in. Remember, I told you they weren't interested in him yet. So now he gets contacted from someone very prominent that's in that powers that be. And now we get to that prominent woman that y'all thought it was. And it feels like, you know, this was shortly after he was offered the opportunity to take these stage plays and put them into production for television. You said bootleg Medea play. Not with Booty Talk Volume 24 right next to it. No lies told. Oh, so here it is. The powers that be offer him, you know, the opportunity to take the stage plays. to television. And then after that happens, here's Harpo. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Her intuition was like, you know, get on over there and take him under your wing. Boom, Six of Pentacles. I want to offer you money to do business with you. Let me mentor you. Would you say not okra? Oh, y'all funny. So now he's on television, you know, starting to, you know, get his stuff together. And if y'all remember, the OWN network, remember when she started the OWN network? She lost $300 million in that first year. And it wasn't doing well. And she started to do the reality shows. And then she offered him the opportunity to bring all of his shows to the OWN network. But it looks like after he got over there, y'all, it was some conflict. He had to fight his way through. Allegedly. Yeah, it started out to be, you know, what he thought was a dream come true. This was going to be a really, really great partnership. People were going to see him. More people than he expected was going to see him. And then there was a tower here with their arrangement, and it started to get a little wonky here. And he decided to go get balanced through a new beginning. So, you know, now he's getting off into movies. He's you know, in the theaters. And he's, okay, so y'all, this is when he leaves the OWN network and he goes to TNT. Because remember, they separated. So when he separates from her, he goes over to TNT. He said, Tyler Perry has reminded me of Luther Vandross, messy behind the scenes. Oops. Said, I remember when he was a guest on her talk show, she talked to him about his sexuality, and it made him uncomfortable. You know what? That's interesting, because I had forgot all about that. And he had to talk about what happened to him in his childhood, and she talked about what happened in her childhood. And that was a very weird exchange, because if you listen to her side of the conversation, it was almost like she was in an odd type of way normalizing parts of the experience. And I'm trying to say what I need to say in a very, very coded way, because he was talking about things that happened in his childhood. So for her to try to make that to be like it was more of a comfortable experience, like, well, you know, the body responds to stimulus, and she was trying to make it seem like it wasn't a negative thing. It was weird to me. Like, girl, where are you going with this? So now he's in the fold. Well, she did Monique worse. She talked to Monique about what happened to her. Promised her she wasn't going to bring her people on the show, and then brought all of the people on the show, including the brother that mistreated her, and didn't tell her. Here it is. Oh. Where my tarot class people at? So now that he in the fold, y'all, look at this. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords. Where my tarot class people at? Yeah, that was sick of her to do, Breezy. Yeah, Austin, he brought her abuser, who was her brother. Now I want to see if my tarot class people catch on to this. Because remember, every level he goes up, an agreement has to be made to let him into certain levels. Allegedly. Okay, Aja, that's half of it. Here's the money. Ace of Wands. Here's the money. Ace of Wands. Seven of Swords. Come on now, Frosty. Come on now, Tanisha. Y'all been watching me long enough. What do I call this card? This is what? I always say two things when I use this card. Would you say, was that Medea on the card? No, Medea ain't been that small. This looked like an arrangement. That sounds like it's in that paperwork for that $260 million. Okay? I always tell y'all this is the overlay for the underplay. This is the backdoor card. This also represents a phallic symbol or sexual energy. Now, y'all do what y'all will with that. Because everything we say on here is alleged anyway. And that seemed to have locked in somebody's position. Oh, that's interesting, Terry. So we'll say Steve M. helped him as well. He has the president of the studios until he passed back in 2024. Lord, have mercy. And I want y'all to think about the fact that she was asking him about his childhood trauma and what was done to him. And he said it was done to him by women and men. So think about how messed up that is. That you would ask someone about their childhood trauma and then use that same activity, allegedly, to solidify a deal. He said, I think she gets turned on by people's trauma, then want to have them reenacted. Now, that's an interesting statement. Five of Pentacles falls under the Eight of Cups. If you walk away, you lose everything. You go back to having nothing. Yeah, Johnson Queen, she did say that. And that's why I was like, what the hell are you saying? Like, she should have been canceled back then for that. So it looked like, hey, you do what we tell you to do, or you go back to nothing. And it's so messed up because this is like, it ain't like you ain't never done it before. Allegedly. Said, I remember that they tried to play on your trauma and use it against you. In the end, the industry loves when you come in messed up so that they can put more trauma on you. Well, here's the thing. Not even that they can put more trauma on you. They don't have to break you in. You're already broken. And broken people don't know their worth. They don't value themselves. So it's things that you can get broken people to do that you can't get other people to do because of, you know, them being able to have pride and self-love, decency, respect. All of those things are stolen from you when somebody breaks you. Yeah, Kaylin, that interview was messed up. I don't know how her show didn't even get canceled after that, because it was like she was trying to normalize, we'll say, PDF file intimacy. That's what it came across feeling like to me. I mean, when she got to describing it and saying if it's done right, it feels good. I'm like, are we still talking about taking advantage of a child? Like, are you crazy? Hey, Isaiah. Yeah. And this is the card of somebody that's very calculated, very, very underhanded. So, you know, this is somebody that will take the truth and play with it like a lie through omission type of energy. Yeah, you're right about that. Look at what company she keeps. All the men that surround her. Yeah, because that Harvey fella, she sure didn't want to expose him, and that was one of her besties. The whole live is about Tyler, how he got into the business before he ended up with this $260 million lawsuit. This is wicked. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. And this is like somebody who plays on your compassion, you know, plays on you with compassion. I'll say that. Plays on you, you know, preys on you emotionally, allegedly. And very, very, you know, highly seen in the public, because the Queen of Wands is someone that stands out, someone that has notoriety, that, you know, is a familiar face, a household name. And here it is, the Ten of Pentacles. It's like holding it over somebody's head. Like, yeah, you know, I can help walk you through these doors. Let me mentor you. You know, things are going to be great. Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, the Three of Wands coming out before the Ace of Swords. It's like, I got an opportunity for you, but you're going to have to hop through some hoops and hurdles for it. Said I wouldn't be surprised if they have something on messing with children. I don't put nothing past a lot of these folks in Hollywood because they're off into, a lot of them are off into some deviant things. A whole lot of them. Yeah, that school in Africa, nobody talks about that, but all of those children were mistreated. And they had to go to court for that. I'll never forget that. The parents of those children, they went through a lot. Yeah. Page of Swords to the Ace of Cups. Like, I'm going to maximize your visibility. Everyone's going to love you. Oh, she told him everything he wanted to hear. Look at this, the star. Okay? You're guaranteed to be a star. I'm going to help you to be big. You know, gave them all types of hope. Oh, this is like building somebody up before you break them down. Y'all, this reminds me of like when the Messiah was up on the mountain and the devil came to talk to him and was offering him all of the riches of the world. But the difference is, it's like either take this offer or have nothing. He said they fired the whistleblower and kept the teacher who was messing with the children. Yeah, the craziest thing ever. And I couldn't understand why the parents didn't all go and get their children out to school. Like, you keep the very person who helped to facilitate the abuse after y'all went to court. You know what? I can't remember why she was on house arrest either, Terry, but I know that it was around the same time that Ellen was on house arrest. And I don't know if it had anything to do with Weinstein or what, but it was a few of them that all had the ankle monitors at the same time. And notice it happened during quarantine, so nobody really thought much of it because it's like, oh, we could be on house arrest now because can't nobody go outside. Said the parents signed contracts. Contracts are not supposed to hold up with criminality. So I'm wondering, did they take a payoff and sign a contract on the back end? Because if somebody is doing criminal activity, you cannot hold them legally to a binding contract if it upholds criminality. But then again, this is a different country. And this is, you know, this was a poor country within a continent. So there's no telling how far money can go with officials when, you know, the area is already disenfranchised. Money goes a long way in the area where it's poor. Yeah. So here it is. It's like, look like he may have been trained very well, because it's like you can stand up for yourself and fight back if you want to. I'll slow down your opportunities. So it definitely looks like this is where he learned the game. A whole lot of them were on ankle monitor all throughout quarantine. And here it is. Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles. The opportunity that had a secret clause to make you a star. And then boom, here's the Ten of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant. They let you into that special club. But then, here it is. Remember I told you her money slowed down. Things got complicated between the both of them. And he prepared his exodus so he could leave. And this is where he became his own executive when he left her network and decided to go to TNT and strike his own deal. And it looks like he had to fight his way up out of this. He said that's when they were saying that they were, we'll say, trafficking minors. And it was Ellen, Tom Hanks, Oprah, and others. Yeah, allegedly, but Tom Hanks has never come back to the United States. I think he moved to Greece, if I'm not mistaken. And interesting enough that he went to Greece, and Greece, the laws in Greece, it's not criminal the way that it is in the United States. It's considered to be a preference and something that you can go to therapy for, but you don't get in trouble like you do in the United States. It's not frowned upon in Greece the way it is in the United States. Yeah, Knight of Wands. He decided, he was in and out. He wanted to leave. And he was going to make his own work, his own way. And this is where he separates from Oprah and the old network. But then it gets even weirder, y'all, because he gets financial stability attached to something that can't be talked about. The High Priestess. So they are less lenient over there. Way more. Hold on, let me see something, y'all, because I want to. What? Y'all, look at this. NBC Montana. Judge allows honest pedophiles to vacation in Greece before sentencing. And this was in 2022. Y'all see that? I didn't even expect to read that. That is not what I clicked on here for. Now, y'all see this. It's considered a disability in Greece. That's why they allow them to get medical attention versus going to prison. It's considered a disability. Said Greek disability groups expressed anger Monday at a government decision to expand a list of states that recognize disability categories to include pedophiles, exhibitionists, and kleptomaniacs. The National Confederation of Disabled People called this action incomprehensible and said that the pedophiles are now awarded a higher wow, y'all, they get disability pay. They are now awarded a higher government disability pay than some people who received organ transplants. The Labor Ministry said categories added to the expanded list that also includes pyromaniacs, compulsive gamblers, fetishists, sadomasochists were also included for the purposes of medical assessment and used as a gauge for allocating financial assistance. Yeah, I'm disgusted. You can go to the Medical Express to read this, and this is from January 9th, 2012. I had no idea they actually pay them and call this a disability. You get paid for being a weirdo. No wonder Tom Hanks went over there. You can get paid for doing this. Y'all, I never knew that until right now. Said that's why Tom Hanks and his wife, Ashton and his wife, and the rest of them came out and said they were moving to Greece. Y'all, this is... If I didn't pull that up to show y'all, because I was trying to see what the legal punishments were, because I knew they didn't have punishments like we had over here, but that is messed up. And to think all these celebrities that vacation in Greece. Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And y'all, they got some beautiful vacation places, especially like Santorini. No, ma'am, no, sir. You can have that. You have all of that. That's sick. Y'all turned it into a disability, and now they get a check every month. And the check is maximized to the highest level that the government can pay. Well, I guess that aligns with where I was going with this, y'all. Damn. Ugh. So the Four of Pentacles to the High Priestess, the Two of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So now that he's separated from her, it looks like there is another financial opportunity that comes along that is not publicly known or shared. This is something that is solely behind the scenes, allegedly. But this makes him a very large, exorbitant amount of money. But if it was known to the public, it would literally bring judgment and a tower. It would completely ruin him. All of his connections, people would be in two minds about him. Um, yeah, that blew my mind in the worst way. That is utterly disgusting. And I mean, I want y'all to understand that, you know, this is a place, this country is huge on travel. Beautiful place to travel. Now it makes you think about what in the world do people actually go here for when they travel there. Because it feels like a more high-end version of what some folks go to Thailand for. But now Thailand has expanded into cannabis, so it gets kind of interesting. Like, oh God. No, we're not talking about Madeleine McCain. All right, what's this secret venture that really is the catalyst for how he got into the Billionaires Club, allegedly? The Chariot. Yeah, this is something he decided to jump hook, line, and sinker into and invest in. Said approximately 40,000 women and children aged 12 to 25 are trafficked each year in Greece. I'm surprised the number isn't higher with the loss that they got, because this is sick. Yeah. Y'all, whatever this line of work is that he's invested into could lead him into jail. Eight of Swords. And whatever this alleged business venture is very, very, very high level and very secret, but it's very lucrative. I knew them terrible movies didn't make you that much money. They made you comfortable, but not this type of money. $2025 doing her big one. Ooh, she going around with a flashlight and she exposing everything. He said, well, he said him and Obama were in a limo together. Austin, I agree. I agree. I bet you they find something very, very interesting. And whatever they would find could possibly lead to this. For those of y'all that were on my IG earlier, this goes off into that video I was telling y'all that I did on Felicia Rashad and why she left Hollywood. I 1000% agree, Isaiah. A lot of these military bases aren't as expensive as you think they are, but we need to start figuring out why is it that when you've got all types of industrial complexes, old factories, you name it, why did you go for a military base? Y'all got to remember, military bases have fallout bunkers. They have areas that are not above ground, that are far, far below ground, with tunnels and all types of things that you don't see in the public. You can take things in and out these tunnels and do all types of things depending on what type of base this is. Thank you for confirming, Angel B. That's the real question. Why did you pick a military base for your studio? Yeah, you took this leap of faith for your new line of work, allegedly. And this new line of work has to do with what? Hold on, let me show y'all something. Because everybody that's in tarot class, whoo, this new line of work made you very wealthy. King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Y'all catch that? Even if I put this here, let's try this. Money given, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles. This is how you got let into the fold. Brianna, think about what the Ace of Wands can represent. That Ace of Pentacles is a hand offering a large amount of money, and then you become the King of Pentacles. Now, if you're in my tarot class, I'm going to give you a moment. Get your cards and pull on what I just said and see what you get. I don't mind y'all pulling, because if the energy is there, you're going to see it. Said, didn't somebody sue him? Because that's why we're here today, Breezy. I knew you were going to catch it, Brianna. Feel like that's how he got in that Billy Goat Club. All while you playing in people's face in the name of Jesus. Kaylin, it wasn't him anymore. Yes, Isaiah, absolutely. You said it's so crazy now. I think for Color Girls and Janet Jackson was saying, "Oh, yeah, you doing the bending." Whatever card you comfortable with, Cashmere. whatever card, whatever cards are your go-to that you're comfortable with. Just pull on it and see what you see. Let me give y'all a moment. Because this definitely feels like how he got in the Billy Goat Club. I knew it wasn't them ashy ass movies. Couldn't have been. I mean, yeah, you get enough church people to come out and watch you, but his movies don't cross over like that. He's never had a blockbuster box office movie. Ever. He's done comfortable, but never blockbuster. So for you to get here, this makes more sense. You said those movies are rituals too? I can't watch them. Whew. Looked like his buddy was the one that introduced him to this line of work before they fell out, allegedly. I agree with you. Said the movie's too light, low vibrational for me. Low vibrational and low budget. I can't keep sitting up watching crooked wigs that look like they smell like gun smoke. You have made too much money to keep having people on my screen looking like that. On top of the fact that these movies just feel like they were written by Chicken George himself. I just cannot. They can't look poor and sound poor all at the same time. They do look like they smell like gun smoke. The old ones look like helicopter smoke. Said, could the guy be Lee Daniels? A lot is possible in this circle. But Lee never made it to this Billy Goat Club, though. Not like this. Yep, Johnson Queen. You said they look like they smell like corn chips to you. Listen, what was that? What was that movie? That something Grace, where he was. Lord have mercy, y'all. That clip I saw where her wig changed in the middle of the clip. It was one way, and then it was a whole nother wig. And God, Lord have mercy. Where did he get the men's wigs from? It's like, are you doing this on purpose? Talking about the hair is a character of itself. It's like, is it an entity? What type of character are these wigs supposed to be? The wigs look possessed with poverty. Now, all of the wonderful hairstylists down in Atlanta, especially the gay ones, I know good and well they would not go and dig those wigs up that look like shavings off the barbershop floor. Yes, a fall from grace. Lord have mercy, that was horrific. Yeah, I believe those wigs are a humiliation ritual. You said wigs smelling like mothballs. Mm-mm. Like the little the fro wig, and then his wig. Oh my God! Y'all watched Team America, where the guy was supposed to be painting himself down, and he was supposed to be an Arab. He was like an agent, and it looked like he had little pube hairs that was glued to his face. That's what those wigs look like. That it was just horrible. So Tasha K said he's living out his fantasies. Well, he need to keep those to himself, because I mean, damn, ain't nothing good about his fantasies. I mean, at this point, why don't you make some shows to go on the Logo channel? I'm pretty sure you can make something to go over there and feel festive and free. Don't take the wigs over there, though. They don't need to suffer all, mess around and get cataracts watching them cheap ass wigs. Don't take the wigs over there. Oh my gosh, Shamar's braided wig was the worst. Like, I don't even think they had braids like that in slavery. Like, why did you... It looked like they braided some Brillo pads and taped it to his head. That was horrific. Said, I remember sneaking to watch Logo when I was younger. Like I said, don't take them wigs over there. They don't deserve that. Said, I don't think RuPaul and them will want that shit over there. Listen, I bet you RuPaul wouldn't, because RuPaul's wigs are always laid. They've been laid since the 90s, honey. That's one thing. If RuPaul can't do nothing else, he can give you a look. His wigs and makeup are always on 1,000. Now, that's who he need to get to come over and fix the wigs on his movies, but he ain't going to pay that budget. RuPaul ain't cheap. Said, it's so sick, I don't even like the commercials. You said, what would you do for a Klondike bar? No, ma'am, RuPaul, don't play. RuPaul has been doing it big with that the wigs. And y'all, look at RuPaul's wigs. Have you ever seen a wig that RuPaul wore that did not melt right around the edges? He was wearing HD wigs in the 90s. I have never seen RuPaul's edges not right. Ever. Ever. In the history of RuPaul being famous, I've never seen a wig that was not right. That's right. Hair always on point. Makeup always flawless. I don't even think they would get along. RuPaul looks like budget. Said RuPaul wigs be looking better than some of these women. A lot of these women, honey. So he probably goes to the nearest beauty supply store and get the wigs on the mannequins and give them a discount. I don't even think he get the ones on the mannequin. I think he get those slightly flammable wigs that are in the back that they don't know what they're going to do with them because they're so ugly that they don't know exactly how they're going to mark them down. Like, have y'all seen the hair that they be having that they don't know? Like, it's like 80% off. And the wig has been there so long that the dust has dulled the shine on the wig. I think Temu got better wigs than that, Lord have mercy. You said some of those wigs at the beauty supply store look good. Yeah. He get the synthetic wigs that don't even have the shine to them. The ones you can't really smoke a cigarette in the wig because you're going to be like one of them little Shireen dolls. Y'all remember the Shireen dolls? They had to discontinue Regime doll because the wigs kept catching on fire. Oh, he get them little Shireen doll wigs. I said, I still haven't gotten my phone call. Call Tyrone. Baby, you ain't gonna get no phone call. I don't know you. Yeah, Amazon wigs do look way better than that. Yes, the flammable wigs. You try to light a cigarette and now you and the damn wig is in the hospital. And y'all remember what he said on that A Fall from Grace movie when they complained about the wigs and how, you know, black women's appearance is very important to them with their hair. And he told them, F your hair. I said, now you wouldn't have said that to Madeira, because Madeira always got that good melt lace in the front. Do you tell Madeira that? Madeira wig don't look like it's on backwards in the chin strap. Oh, we gonna talk about that tomorrow, Angel B. Today is all dedicated to this foolishness right here. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a heck of a rabbit hole. Whew. Yeah, said Madeira is the only one who hair be on point. Soon as he got a budget for the show, Madeira hair has been good ever since Why Did We Get Married? See, he couldn't do Janet like that. Janet was not gonna come on there and just look any kind of way. It's like, this is Janet. It's probably why she didn't come back. He tried to give her one of them itchy wigs that look like look like the, y'all know the background with the green ivy. you go you go out to brunch and they got the flower wall and the ivy wall. You tried to give her one of them itchy wigs that look like the ivy wall. She's like, I'm out of here. I don't have to take this. I'll go back on tour. I don't blame you, Janet. You don't have to take that kind of abuse. You said he did Tiana bad. Ooh. I said, bet not had Janet out here looking crazy. Listen, not cousin Penny. That is our cousin Penny. We will not stand for it. Whew, y'all. Thank you for letting me lighten the mood, because this right here is heavy. Ugh. Let me go back. So tell me more about this secret, possible, alleged business venture that is very, very, very under the table and secret. Y'all, the first person to guess what the card is on my table gets a free reading. I'm going to see who got it. Nope, it's not the King of Cups, not the Three of Wands. Nobody got it yet. Nope, not yet. Ace of Pentacles already on the table. Most of the ones y'all mentioned are already on the table. It literally, Austin, it supports the very thing I just said. It literally sums up what I just said. Two of Cups is on the table. None of y'all got it. I told you everything I just said. It just summed it up. Six of Pentacles is on the table. Ten of Swords is on the table. Five of Pentacles is on the table. Y'all run it back in your head and remember what I just said about this business opportunity. Nine of Pentacles is on the table too. Nope, not yet. Judgment is on the table. Wheel of Fortune is on the table. I'm trying to wait to see if somebody got it. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Just about everything y'all named is on the table already. All of those are on the table already. Yep, that's on the table already. That's on the table already. I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all because nobody got it. So remember I said I wanted to pull the energy of this business venture that is very, very secret. The moon. It literally clarified itself with a card that speaks about secrets. And it's in the same row with the high priestess, which means this is a high profile secret. This secret is so secret that you literally have to be not just in the know, you have to be in a certain group and in the know. Lord have mercy. Yeah, my spirit guide said that this is tied off into missing persons and CPS. I knew we were going into a very dark place. Yeah, this is the Rabbit Hole University. And the ears are on the chair over there. I ain't even in the pink chair. But I told y'all if this comes out, if there's any evidence that can tie this together, this is definitely prison. This is the work card. 8 of Pentacles falling under 7 of Pentacles. Investing in people working with you. Giving these people money. And this makes sense. This explains what he said to that actor about liking to deal with destitute people because they would be more loyal. They would have to depend on him. 6 of Pentacles, they would literally have to depend on him for everything because he is going to be the total source of how they get their money. That also explains why he does these god-awful scripts that ruin people's career and then they can't work with anybody but him. Allegedly. Didn't he just expand? Anybody down there? Didn't he just expand? Weren't they building like a cop city, police city right over there next to him? Yeah, halfway through the year. And I told y'all, if y'all, this year, is only a warm-up for next year. Just like I told y'all, 2024 was only going to be the little sister to this year. Oh, next year, gangbusters, court TV. Oh my God, it's going to be bananas. And think about this, y'all. Hypothetically, allegedly, however I need to say it, him building the cop city gives him power over the local jurisdiction in his area because he's putting so much money into it that they're not going to bother him. Y'all, we still haven't gotten to the lawsuit. We still haven't gotten to the lawsuit. Eight of Wands. And see, don't be surprised if more and more people in the area end up evacuating the area. It starts to push people out of the community. It feels like this could be done on purpose because the less people in the community, the less eyes are able to watch and see what's going on. And then you possibly allegedly put this money into this cop city, and are they going to look into the person who's financing the expansion? Just a rhetorical question. Said a lot of actors and actresses that work with him are very talented, but it seems like he always gives them the scripts that only show their limited potential. I was trying to read the rest of the comment. For the part that I read so far, I agree. Oh, this going to have to go above the military, baby. This got to go Homeland Security. It looks like it's money being made because Six of Pentacles is unearned income or income that doesn't have a paper trail as well. That could be coming from multiple different streams that is allegedly possibly under the table. Okay, let me see. You put the comment back up. So a lot of actors or actresses that work with him are very talented, but it seems like they always give them these scripts that only show their limited potential, so they'll only work with him. Yeah. And I ain't trying to be funny, but it seems like since Taraji first worked with him up into her working with him on this last movie, her role has become increasingly worse. Yeah, yeah. Don't be surprised if the families and the people who live around this area start evacuating, or like the taxes go up and they can't afford to stay over here anymore and they start to move, because it feels like they want to clear out this area to make it as secluded as possible. Well, look at here. 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands. It's something. Ooh. This case is really about to knock the bottom out of him. Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups, considering his options, because he knows he stands to lose a very large amount of money. And then after he loses money in this case, if he actually loses this civil case, this civil case can turn criminal, and it could also make him lose sponsorships and a lot of business. So he's considering his options on what he needs to do. But the King of Swords gives me the energy that not only is this man telling the truth, he's prepared to take this to fight. 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. He's going to move on valiantly. He may be a lone wolf for a while, but it's like he's following his intuition and he's going to stand on business. And I don't feel like this is the first time Tyler has had someone threaten to come forward. It's been fly by night. It's in and out. Nobody has ever stuck on it 10 toes. This is the first time somebody is actually standing on it. Now, remember what I said. My spirit guides literally just told me that this could have something to do with missing persons and CPS. You got the Magician here with the 10 of Cups. Manipulative energy that has to do with families. I wonder how many more will come out as well. This man's story is very similar to Christian Key's. When I got to reading those text messages and everything that was being said, it was very reminiscent to everything Christian had already said. He just didn't name who it was. But we all kind of figured that's who it was. Yeah. This is a family card, Kaylin. You definitely will have children on the card. And then here it is, the Death card. Once again, there's children, there's families, child on this card as well. And that falls under the Moon card. Lord, this is dark. This is demonic. He said somebody on Twitter said Medea goes to jail. Yeah, manipulating people through coming off as a kind figure. But see, he doesn't know how he's going to move forward or how he's going to manifest from this point on out. So it's like he's trying to stay quiet. Like, maybe if I kind of just wait this out, the news cycle, it'll run its course. But no ma'am, no sir. Oop, KB, you are hilarious. You said he'd be in heaven with those men in jail. Oh my gosh. Y'all. This man's lawsuit is about to rip the roof off of everything that is maleficent in this man's business. And see, now that this man is talking about suing for 160 million, no, excuse me, 260 million. Let me not discount his lawsuit. 260 million. Can you imagine the extortion that's about to come to him? Where it's like, you gonna pay me or I'm gonna come forward too? I don't know when these people gonna understand that the devil never gives you anything for the long run. He's the biggest long shark in the game. Everything he gives you, he comes back and gets tenfold incurred interest. He takes it all back. Said, yep, but then Christians finance thought that we were stupid and went into someone's comments that said that Christian was talking about TP doubling down and saying that it wasn't. Yeah, listen. He got to be at home punching some air right now, because I bet you he didn't think he could get 260 million. Y'all, this is about to unearth some really, really, really ugly things. And I'm here for it because it needs to come out. This civil suit, oh my gosh. Y'all, let me change the deck. Let me change the deck. Let me change the deck. Let's read the energy directly of the civil suit, because I don't want to keep y'all here all night. I'm coming back tomorrow anyway, and I got to get up to do some personal readings in the morning. Oh, wow. Said another man came forward years back saying that TP employees were sexually harassing him and he knew about it and did nothing. Well, we about to see who all about to come forward now. So they think everything they touch turns to real gold, but yes, see, the gold starts to tarnish. Ain't no clear coat can save you from God and karma, baby. Nothing. So I hope none of those children on his TV shows were affected. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with Hollywood, the most vulnerable are usually always the ones affected. They're usually affected first because they're the soft targets. That's why parents need to stop being so eager to hand their children over to these people, because they think children are a delicacy. You said they passed on the payment for their karmic debt. Oh no, they're about to pay it. See, we're in a time to where people are going to be publicly humiliated. See, back in the day, you used to just pay people under the table, threaten them, and nobody knew about it. And then some of your stories may get validated after you pass away. Oh no. God want to see the look on these people's face when he destroy them. So China Ann Macklin got her start with him, and she had a breakdown a few years ago. Yeah, and she was very devout about turning to Christ and walking away from the industry. It's starting to make sense now, ain't it? Let's tap into this civil suit. Show me the civil suit, show me the civil suit, show me the civil suit. Oh my gosh. Palace of Wands. Now, I'm going to have to preface this with allegedly, but baby, if this is the studio, the whole studio is a palace of ill repute. Yeah, look at this. Things are about to be laid to rest, and there's going to be total exposure. KB, I just told you, baby, this is about to unearth some very ugly things. Rico Suave, if it is, it ain't going to be just one. I tell you that. It'll be a marching band full of them. It depends on how much this man is willing to tell. Four of Pentacles, financial stability. Remember I said through this new business opportunity, and y'all got to remember pages are young children. What's that song that Puffy had on that Puffy in the Family that mama always told me one day this would happen, but she never told me when? She told me it would happen when I was much older, but she never told me when. Is this the end? Looks like a few people will be asking that question this year. Now remember, we're talking about this civil suit. And it's like this came upon this man very swiftly. You see the Ten of Wands? This is a burden too heavy to carry, too heavy to bear. Came upon swiftly. So this man, as soon as this man got this opportunity, you swoop down on him like, literally like a vulture. Yeah, that Boondocks episode exposed him hard. But see, I knew it exposed him when he got it banned from TV. Everybody else that been on the Boondocks just laughed it off and kept going. Nobody else sued. Only him and BET wanted to have their episodes blocked from the United States. Y'all know somebody who could have had an episode blocked and didn't? They took it in stride. I'm going to try this again to give y'all a free reading. Give me a name of somebody who was made fun of on the Boondocks that actually could have sued them for playing with their image, but didn't do it and had one of the most popular episodes out of all of the Boondocks history. We talking about Boondocks. Okay, R. Kelly for sure. Future wasn't a part of like the Boondocks history. We talking about some of these names y'all naming wasn't even around when the Boondocks was on there. Now Usher was around, but his episode wasn't bad. You said Gangstalicious. Oh. Okay, MLK, that was a good one. Chris Brown, yeah, that was a good one. This was even more popular than those. Right episode, Brianna, but there's a person in particular. Brianna got the episode, y'all. It's a person in particular on that episode that could have really, really, really tore into that show. Y'all got to pay attention to what Brianna said was the episode. Some of y'all ain't Boondocks fans, I could tell. Y'all naming people that wasn't even in episodes. We're talking about people that they made fun of on the show. Now, Brianna gave you the name of the episode. There we go, Brianna. Brianna, you named the episode and you gave me the person. Email me. angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com so that you can get your free 1-hour reading. She gave me the episode and the person. The episode was The Booty Warrior. The person was Chris Hansen. Y'all, they made Chris Hansen look crazy as hell. And he took it in stride. Y'all got to remember, everywhere that man went, they was calling him Chris Handsome. He couldn't even show up on the scene to report and do his work on the news because everybody was talking about Chris Handsome. I like you and I want you. You're welcome, baby. Now y'all remember the episode where he went to the prison for Scared Straight and ended up getting chose. He caught it for the episode, but he took it in stride. But what this is looking like to me, speaking of that episode, you swooped down on this man immediately. And he felt like it was too heavy for him to bear. And it's like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Allegedly. So it don't look like he was on the job too long. And the whole time he had to work for you, look at him. He got to keep trying to stand his ground. Like, look, no, thank you. I said no. All right, now I said no. So, I mean, old boy was looking like he was about to take Chris in that interview. So think about everybody, I mean, all around the world, that people, I like you and I want you. They call me Chris Handsome. I call you that because you're handsome. Yes, Austin. I don't even want to say that out loud, but yes. So here it is. Force this man to make a decision. It was always either or. And this is how this got to court. Also, King of Swords is like an executive or law enforcement. Y'all, expect an investigation. Not that's I be in the club. I'm done. So Christian Keys did say that he was sexually harassed by a powerful man in the industry. Thank you, Keep the Faith. I think we'll be good tonight. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer because I gotta do a lot of spiritual cleansing with this nasty energy. So the funny thing is that character that he played on the Oval was resisting advancements from Kyle, the Secret Service agent. Life imitating art and art imitating life. Ain't that crazy? And I've never watched The Oval. Yeah, and see, look at this. At this point, it's like, okay, this production is worth a lot of money, or, you know, this is probably like the most steady that this actor has ever worked. And he's just like, okay, well, I'll you know, try to put up with this as long as I can. Remember what he said about, you know, wanting people to pretty much be destitute so they got to depend on him. You talking about, hey, mom, your mom ain't over here. Yeah, y'all look at this. This message is coming out again in a whole nother deck. Palace of Wands, a house of ill repute that generates a lot of money. Yeah, he was one of his main actors in the beginning. I remember when Christian, before he cut his hair was longer than mine. His hair was all the way past his waist. Now, here it is. You got this person going through a lot of anxiety, feeling betrayed. Okay? A lot of anxiety over secret energy, ultimate betrayal. Yeah, Brian White, he disappeared too. What happened to him? Wow, they said Lance Gross knocked him out. I never heard that, but shout out to Lance Gross, if that's true. Oh my God. I said shout out to Lance Gross if it's true, and look at that. Ace of Swords. All right, Lance Gross. That just turned you up a bit for me. Okay. I respect that. And he ain't been in one of his productions in a very long time. Y'all, there go the sirens. Family tree and justice. Y'all, Three of Pentacles. Expect some investigations. Expect some very big investigations. Oh, you say he from the D2? Yeah, Christian is definitely from here. Said he's still on House of Pain. You said the sirens be on key. Baby. Woo, expect some investigations, y'all. Ooh, Ty-Reeeeeesha Monet. Why couldn't you just come outside and have a boyfriend and be comfortable with who you are? If that's what you like, just come out and have a boyfriend. You're in Atlanta, for God's sakes. Almost everybody got a boyfriend in Atlanta. This the fighting card, y'all. Ooh, mercy. Yeah, Poe baby, this man went through a lot, y'all. And it looks like he wasn't the only one. Wow. Not I just got a new boyfriend in Atlanta today. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, wait a minute. Where the hell did that card go? Y'all, that's even the card's trying to escape. Lord have mercy. So you got the King of Cups here. So it's like the man felt like it would be the wish fulfillment for him to just stay quiet, to just say nothing, and to try to push through as best he could. If he just kept his mouth shut. You better be careful talking about it's your supervisor. You make them mad. Nah, hell, you want to still be able to come to work. Yeah, this is going to be devastating to Tyler Perry Studios and Tyler Perry. Yes, baby, a tower. Look like Pebble Nation ain't the only place that's coming down. That's how you handle people like this. You got to hit them where it hurts. Hit that wallet. So it looks like this man, you know, consulted, you know, his family. He talked to the people that were close to him. He prayed about it. And he decided to walk away from this narcissistic person. Yeah, God is hitting them all. So it's like, yeah, I don't watch this show. Is the Oval still on? Because this feels like he found a new opportunity that would bring him stability. And no sooner he was able to find something that brought him stability, he decided to come forward and expose this. I would hope he's not exposing that baby to all of this either. Okay, so the show is still on? Okay, I see it. I don't think so. I don't know because I don't watch this show. Okay, it's supposed to come back. Okay, I think it recently ended. That makes sense then, because it's like he walked away and got a new opportunity. And when he knew he wasn't going to come back, he decided to finally expose it. Everybody forgot he had a son, Austin. Hell, we ain't never seen him. I forgot he had a baby mama. I think he showed her twice. Yeah, you got the magician here with the emperor. This is somebody who manipulates you, throws their weight around, uses their power to take advantage of people. Okay, said it's on break. It was the mid-season finale. It comes back this summer, I think. Thank you, because baby, I don't watch this. I don't know what's going on with any of his shows. That's right, Breezy. We ain't never seen the son. The son could look like little Chucky doll. I wouldn't know. Y'all wouldn't know. We ain't never seen him. This is crazy because it's like he may offer to settle with this man to keep this from going to court, to try to keep this from affecting the studio as a whole. But I feel like the damage is done. Interesting question. Interesting question, Austin. I don't know. We wouldn't know. We never seen the baby. No, he don't speak about him. But if he settle, I don't see it. I don't see it working out for him. It's definitely gonna be tarnishing to his image. Tell me about this this tower. Why is this still gonna be a tower if he settles? There's going to be a tower to people working with him or his work in general, because now the word is out, the message is out. And more people are going to feel comfortable coming forward and standing up for themselves. You were saying it as you came through as I said it, Breezy. Yeah, more people are going to want to stand up for themselves and tell their stories. So he could settle if he wants to try to avoid this turning into a criminal case, but expect more to come, y'all. Especially with the ticket that he put on this lawsuit, $260 million. Listen, if he just happened to walk by and brush the back pockets of somebody's pants, they coming forward. Said I feel like they were doing a ritual with Taraji Henson at that award show after he put out that Straw movie. Well, whatever she was doing ain't gonna help him with this. If anything, she called in judgment. So I see this man wanting to push forward with this suit. And Tyler's going to be very aggressive about trying to offer him a settlement. But the damage is done, y'all. Look, total exposure. And this is what he's afraid of. He's afraid that he can go to prison. So Kai walked out during the BET Awards. I want to know, why did Kai say he don't even want the money? He said he don't even want to be paid. You know how mad or disgusted or pissed off you got to be to do a show like that and you don't even want the money? Something happened. So when he got up on that award show, I knew something was coming down the pipeline. Yeah. So whatever this new opportunity, yeah, look. I ain't gonna say, oh my God, this is messed up. Let's just say keyword Greece. Keyword Greece. And that's why he wants to hurry up and pay this out as soon as possible. Keyword Greece. He knows if this gets out, he will lose everything and he's going to prison. But see, what he didn't understand is when you make a deal with the devil plays for keeps. He never makes a deal with you that ends up being better for you than it is for him. You're always going to have to give everything back. Yeah, he feels betrayed. Tyler was like, this came out of nowhere. How could you do this to me? Funny, he feels betrayed. You pressure and harass somebody all this time and you feel betrayed. Thank you, Frosty. Stuff like this I don't want to be, though. This is horrible. I don't know who it is, but somebody got footage of you, sir. Somebody got footage of you. And this is what's going to make him pay out. He's going to try to settle and get this taken care of. It's like he wants to pay for this footage. Now, wouldn't it be crazy if this footage comes from his own CC footage? Somebody got a hold to it and kept it? Said he messed up also on that podium, laying hands on TD Jakes up there, playing in God's face. Both of them. The both of them. The both of them. And that's why the both of them are about to go down. Because this looks, like I said, keyword grease. Y'all got to understand, for those of you who are not in tarot class, pages are children 12 and under. Infancy to 12 years old. Small children. Ace of Cups. The biggest love cup in the deck. Brianna, mine too. Wow. Frosty, you can hit the link under, I want to say, the subscription. And if you have an iPhone, you have to switch it over to desktop. If that doesn't work, email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com and I will send you the link personally. Don't be surprised if he tries to hurry up and close this out by Leo season, which is not that far away. It feels like this guy wants to take this to court, though. It feels like he wants to go to trial. Somebody has some recordings of him, though. Some very, very damning recordings. And King of Wands, if this isn't a fire sign, this is a very high profile person or a very attractive person or a very attractive high profile person. But they've got some kind of footage, some kind of recordings, and it feels like Tyler wanted to pay for this so that he can make sure it doesn't come out. If he hasn't already. That's right. It will raise the question of why settle. It possibly could be Christian. It might not be. Y'all know Tyler Perry love him a fine man. All the men except for like 2 or 3 of the dark-skinned ones are very, very attractive. And even the ones that are, you know, okay, they're not bad looking. Like, he don't care how the women look, but the men are fine. Whew. Somebody got proof. And if this proof gets turned over, it's going to bring the house down. This is going to bring the house down. I'm telling you, it's like he wants to pay for this. Like, whatever you do, don't release it. Is this going to get released? Tyler didn't see this coming, y'all. High priestess in judgment. He didn't see this coming. He thought the people that brought him into the fold were going to continue to protect him. That's right. God always wins. Now, Kaylin, this is something he didn't know about. Like, somebody has, like, something recorded on him, some type of audio visual evidence, and it's damning. It will bring his whole entire business crumbling down if he can't get a hold to this. Oh my God. It's definitely of a spicy nature. Knight of Wands. Y'all, it is more information coming out. It's more information coming out. Ty-Reeeeeesha been very busy. What you say? Didn't Christian say he had a spy cam or something to record him? Well, if this ain't Christian, somebody did. And they got him by the balls, and it ain't the way he wanted. He said the moon in that other car. Yes. He said he recorded him saying he want to smell his rose. No, this is way bigger than that, baby. This is that's on some Ray J shit. I don't know what be wrong with these people, but no, this is this is the kind of stuff that'll get you rated. They'll come pick you up wherever you are. Look at this. He wants to collaborate because he's worried about going to prison. Y'all, this is a beginning of a very slippery slope. Here's that moon again. Things that happen in secret while socializing, partying. Oh, baby. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hurry up and drive by, whoever you are, for you mess with my monetizement. The wounded warrior. Yeah, I saw that clip, Miss Ladai. Page of coins to the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Let's just say someone has a taste for, oh God, it's no good way to say this. Someone allegedly has a taste for young flesh. And may have allegedly been assaulting children. Also, people who are being offered new jobs, being invited to get-togethers. And being taken advantage of at get-togethers. Allegedly. This is why a lot of people don't drink when they go to industry events, y'all. This is exactly why a lot of people do not drink when they go to industry events, or they just altogether don't go. Whew, gosh. I ain't gonna stay in this too much longer because I gotta go cleanse. This is disgusting. Yeah, this man tried to separate himself as much as he could. Whoever had this footage, they may have already secretly been paid. Whew. But if I was Ty-Reeeeeesha, I wouldn't be so sure that this person didn't take your money and still turn this information over. Ow! I wouldn't be too sure. Yeah, they be spiking the food too. You're right. Oh, you, Austin. Not they would have got my fat ass. Stop it. It would make sense if they made more than one copy. Yeah, this is some sick energy. it was a lot of conflict, a lot of arguing, a lot of negative communication that caused this man to separate himself, to get away from this. Y'all, it's way more communication that's about to come out about his sexual prowess and possible innuendos and invitations. This is literally just the beginning. So I'm going to close this here because I really do need to go spiritually cleanse. I'm just glad this man had the courage to come forward and say something, because this right here, y'all, his life was on the line coming forward with this. It's a lot of people. You can't do this kind of stuff without a network of very powerful people. You can't do this kind of stuff without very powerful people in law enforcement. You say you hear the sirens in your neighborhood? Oh, some sirens are going to come. Please believe it. If I was this man, I'd stay as far away from Georgia as possible. Because there's some very, very, very high up people in law enforcement and entertainment, allegedly, that are connected to this. And they don't want to go down. So they're going to be watching this case very, very closely to see what comes out. But somebody got his ass, y'all. And they recorded a lot of information. And it looks like somebody recorded him assaulting someone. Like literally, the act. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you for this special pop-up, for all of y'all coming out with me. I will see y'all tomorrow. $260 million is not even enough. They need to strip him of everything, down to his drawers. Rihanna said, can we pray? I pray that every last one of these sick individuals are exposed. I pray that every last one of them are brought to the forefront and dealt with financially, legally, karmically, spiritually. I pray that no stone is left unturned. I pray that every deed that they are ever a part of, everything they've ever done, is brought to the forefront. I pray that every person that they afflicted gets justice. And I pray that when they fall, there will be no recourse, there will be no help, there will be no one to pick them up and pull them out of the gutter. I pray that the devil comes swiftly and that God ignores every prayer that they have. I pray that the demons that they serve gnaw on their bones until they suck all of the bone marrow dry. I pray that every reprobate mind that is a part of this foolishness is casted in the furthest abyss of hell that the devil has to give. And I pray that it happens publicly so that everyone who is a part of this type of behavior knows what's coming for them. And I pray that judgment comes upon them like a thief in the night and they can't escape. Heavenly Father, I pray that you come off the throne personally and you bring the hardest, swiftest judgment that we've ever seen. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, so mote it be. And those that you don't even see fit to judge, hand them over to the devil and let the devil whoop them until nothing is left. And let them serve prison, not just here on this earth, but in the spiritual realm. And everything that they delighted in on this earth, let it be done to them tenfold by the demons that gave them the power to do so. So mote it be. Amen. And so it is done. Whew, y'all. This is beyond wicked. Every last one of them, they need to be casted down and out. All of them. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here so that I can spiritually cleanse and get this energy off of me, because I don't want to go to sleep and start to receive visions and see things, because this kind of stuff gets heavy and I start to get visions and I start to see things, and I don't want to see this. But I love y'all. Good night, and I will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Allegedly Wednesdays. All the shenanigans questions, come with them tomorrow, because I definitely need to lighten up this energy, y'all. And everybody that is in membership, I will also see you on Thursday. Y'all, the way this week is going, you might get 2 more lives this week, depending on how everything goes. Because at this point, I can't even wait for stuff to upload. I might as well just come like this and read in real time. So, good night, y'all. God bless you. And keep your babies out of Hollywood. Please and thank you. Because that's what needs to happen next. We need to start holding these parents accountable for taking their children to the devil's lair. I'll see y'all tomorrow.